Haynes in the second half? Why was it so difficult to get it going offensively?
I mean, at times we couldn't run the ball, and then couldn't get anybody on the perimeter, get people loose. That's what happened in the first half. We got a couple people loose on the perimeter. They made plays. Second half, it just didn't happen. They made a couple adjustments, and we didn't respond well to it.
Right.
You talked about them making some adjustments. Did they double up on the perimeter with their coverage, or what were they doing out there?
They were just flying faster, and I mean, just making tackles. At the end of the day, that's what it is. If you're going to get the ball on the perimeter, defense is going to have to tackle. If you miss tackles, you saw what happened in the first half.
Yeah, those first 3 drives, you guys went 0-3, but after those next 3, you guys kind of just got into a momentum and a rhythm. Talk about what was those things that you kind of saw differently after those first 3 drives where it started kind of clicking for you guys offensively.
We just got things going. You know, a big part of our offense is tempo. After the first 3 drives, we ended up getting a couple more tempo plays in, and they worked out perfectly for us. Second half, it just wasn't working for us. You know, sometimes it's like that.
Haynes, obviously a tough game. You guys were in control for much of it, and especially in the second half. Just how do you kind of rally the team? I guess you're a new guy as a leader, and you guys obviously made a comeback, came close, but just kind of what is your message to your teammates and the offense after the way the game unfolded?
Times like this, you just got to stay together. You've been through a lot, summer workouts, fall camp. You've been through a lot. You just got to stay together. Your family. You mentioned leader. I read something the other day. Leader is when you look at a person and he gives you confidence. I feel like if I continue to bring this team along, and they can look at me and still have confidence in me and what I can do with this team and what we can do on offense, would be just fine. I mean, we can score points when we have stuff rolling, and that's the key. Just got to keep stuff rolling. Can't get cold.
Trey, you're facing your former team. You have a pretty good game, 2 touchdowns, 50 yards. Any comments? Did you have any back and forth with your old teammates, or what were your reactions to playing the game that you did?
No, there was really no back and forth comments, but just a regular game, honestly. We just wanted to go out and execute, and that was just the plan. You know, we're taught just to hit somebody in the mouth and not really say much out there. Just line back up.
Trey, to continue off of that, the second quarter, the running game got going. And then what was the difference between in the second quarter when it was going in the second half, when it seemed like we were going as well?
I think, as you guys can see, they kind of went from 4 down to a mid front, so 3 down linemen and then stand up. And it was just an adjustment to the run game. I think in the second half, there was more focus on trying to stop the run game. I think the first half, they was trying to just get a feel of things and what we're going to come out and do.
Haynes, I want to ask you a couple things. One, in the second quarter, especially the drive that you threw to Malik hit the 55-yard gain, it almost seemed like kind of whatever Coach Faulkner was dialing up was working. I'm curious kind of what did you get the sense that he was seeing or that you guys were seeing that kind of unlocked things? But the other thing, obviously a tough play, the fumble, you know, when you're in the pocket, is that something where you feel like you probably should have gotten rid of the ball or done something different with it?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like you said, the second quarter we were on everything. We were on a roll. And then the second half, I feel like I got to do a better job putting all the offensive players in better situations. Like you said, with the fumble, just throw it away. I had 2 costly interceptions, one at the beginning of the game, one in the fourth quarter. Just got to get rid of the ball, you know. We were in plus territory right there, field goal range, all that, and you just can't hold on to it. That was little error by me. And then at the end of the day, second half, I just got to do a better job putting people in better situations.
Trey, you, with the running back by committee, you kind of had to wait your turn to come into the game. What was that like? I imagine you weren't necessarily sure how many touches you would get, and then just trying to make the most out of those opportunities when you got your number called.
I think we have a really good running back room, and I'm confident with any of us going out and just having a good game. Like you said, you know, you wait your turn and just, you know, obviously show what you can do, but we're all capable of doing what I can do and what the next person can do.
For both of you guys here in the back, coach has spoken, you know, throughout the offseason into camp about the process of establishing an identity. Now in game in, what do you think the identity is that you guys showed tonight?
I think as you can see, I think our team is a lot tougher. Obviously we never quit, no matter the circumstances during the game. I'm very proud of our team because even though odds were against us, we kept fighting. And I think we just seen a lot of growth. You know, we put the work in the summer, in the spring, fall camp, like you mentioned, and it's showing. You know, we're definitely on the climb, and we're not done yet.
I'd like to add on him, I mean, our 4 pillars are toughness, discipline, execution, and commitment. That's what we try to model this team around. Like you said, toughness was the biggest one. You gotta be mentally tough, physically tough, and it'll put you in a battle at the end of the game. It'll always give you a chance if you're mentally tough and physically tough. And I'd like to add, be explosive. Like I'd say this game, it showed we're tough, we're explosive. Now we just gotta work on these upcoming weeks is just being consistent, holding it throughout the game.